In the day's other headlines, the U.S. Supreme Court is allowing the Trump administration to restart deportations of migrants to countries other than their own. The case stems from an instance last month when immigration officials sent 8 people on a plane to South Sudan, though they were then diverted to Djibouti. A judge in Boston found that violated his court order, giving people a chance to argue that they could face torture if deported. The Supreme Court said its order will remain in place while the government appeals the Boston judge's ruling. All 3 liberal members of the court dissented.
All right, so I've got an article for you here, right? This is the craziest thing. For months, we've watched Donald Trump be blocked by district judges at nearly everything that he's attempted to do as president. So the people voted for the deportations, and that is where Donald Trump remains strong to this day. The American people want the illegals that are here deported. There's no question about that. The majority of Americans wanted to see that, and that is probably the overriding factor of why Trump was elected. And not long after he started deporting the illegals, the district judges began putting blocks on him and saying that he couldn't deport them. Now it comes to the district judges are, in effect, making the commander-in-chief impotent to do any of his job. And they feel like they have this power, and left has chanted for months that these district judges have the right to do that because of the balance of power, right? So we have 3 branches, 3 co-equal branches of government, and they have been claiming that district judges have equal power to the president, which is just false. It's blatantly false. Okay, so today I saw this article where the district judges were overruled by the Supreme Court. I haven't read the article, but we're going to read it together in a minute. So the district judge now has been overruled by the Supreme Court judges, and the district judge is apparently ignoring that. For months, we've been told that Donald Trump is a danger to America because he supposedly defies the court orders, which I haven't seen any evidence yet where he's actually defied a court order. But that's the argument that they've been making, that he is dangerous, dictator, authoritarian because he defies the court orders. Well, now we have a situation where the lower courts are defying the Supreme Court. What happens there? Where are we with our country? I don't know how this ends. I have no idea how we got here, what we're doing, or what's going to happen. This is utterly insane that now we not only have conflict between the executive branch and the judiciary, we have conflict within the judiciary. How can a governmental system such as ours continue to be effective if this is the way that we're going to allow it to rule? The conflict is so great, you have to ask and you have to question, will this ultimately be ended in a civil war of some sort? I don't know that Americans are going to be taking up arms against each other, but certainly we're in a pivotal point in America. So anyways, I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe we'll end up in a civil war type scenario. It's possible. It's sure not outside the realm of possibility, maybe outside the realm of likelihood, but you know, how do these things begin? How do they start? I don't know how we're going to resolve this or how this is going to end, but I can see a possibility of eventually being a civil war of some type, if not, you know, taking up arms, Americans taking up arms against each other. But we'll see how it turns out, but this is pretty interesting. I wanted to share this article with you, and I'd like to get your thoughts on it. What do you think about this? To me, it's just crazy. Not only is the judiciary and the executive and really legislative branch sort of in high conflict, which isn't uncommon, but this level of conflict, and now the judiciary is split itself. But anyhow, let's go ahead and read this article and see what it has to say. Like I said, I haven't read this yet. So, rogue federal judge openly defies Supreme Court ruling on deportation of violent criminal illegals. A federal judge issued an order late Monday night claiming an earlier ruling from the Supreme Court that permitted deportations to continue is irrelevant. 6 months after Judge Brian E. Murphy was nominated by then-President Joe Biden and confirmed by the Senate during the last few weeks of Democrats' control, he issued an order stating the court's May 21st, 2025 order on remedy remains in full force and effect, notwithstanding today's stay of the preliminary injunction. The district court's remedial orders were not properly before the Supreme Court because the government has not appealed them, nor sought a stay pending a forthcoming appeal. The rogue ruling came just hours after the Supreme Court agreed 6-3 that the Trump administration, at least temporarily, can deport illegal aliens convicted of violent crimes to third countries. Why is this even a debate? Why is this even a debate? Who wants illegal aliens or anyone that's committed violent crimes to be living next to them? Justice Sonia Sotomayor, Ketanji Brown Jackson, and Elena Kagan dissented. The decision means the administration could resume the deportations of illegal aliens to countries other than their native land. The Trump administration previously had to permit each violent illegal alien to challenge the deportation under a prior ruling Murphy issued. The administration sought a stay on Murphy's order that instructed the administration to keep in U.S. custody all migrants slated for deportation to a country not explicitly named in their removal orders, known as a third country deportation, as noted by Fox News. As described by Politico, after the Supreme Court ruling dropped, illegal aliens held in Djibouti filed a motion with Murphy asking him to continue to block their deportation to South Sudan and to now require that the men be brought back to the U.S. Yes, I'm sure these illegal aliens held in Djibouti are actually filing these motions. I'm sure they have great lawyers who are handling their legal work. I mean, seriously, who's paying for that? Murphy denied the request for a new order because, as stated above, such an order would be unnecessary because he claims his previous ruling is not impacted by the Supreme Court's new ruling. White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller said on Fox News Monday night to expect fireworks on Tuesday, hinting the Trump administration would hold Murphy accountable for flouting the Supreme Court. Good. The district court judge in Boston has said he's going to defy the Supreme Court's ruling, so expect fireworks tomorrow when we hold this judge accountable for refusing to obey the Supreme Court, Miller said. All right, so that's it. You've got it, but this is utterly it's just insanity. Now we have the lower courts defying the Supreme Court, which I don't get it, man. I don't get it, and I don't know where we're going. If you guys have some ideas, let me know in the comments. I want to hear from you. I would like to hear your opinion and your views on this issue right here. So if you got anything out of this, if this was valuable to you, please leave a like and comment. And if you didn't like it, if you didn't get anything out of this and you disagree, leave a dislike. That's fine too. So hopefully you'll subscribe, and I will catch you later.